यही जमीन तब भी थी, आसमां भी था यही, नहीं जो था वो मेरा मन और हृदय की रोशनी, कहीं मिला सका नहीं नजर में अपने आप से, मैं खुद से भागता रहा, यहाँ वहाँ वहाँ यहाँ। शफा शफा शफा।
That's good. So the point is that the philosophy was written by not a drug addict.
Yeah.
That's the concept here, written by a normal person who was struggling with his life, you know. So I know that some of you are here because not for a drug problem, but for a behavior problem, right? And so when you say struggle with life, simply means, listen carefully, that whatever your deficit, how you say deficit? If your deficit interferes with your life, that is a problem. Okay? For example, everybody drinks. Alcohol is legal. So some people can go to a bar for a birthday, can have a drink, then go home. Some people can go to a bar and then have one, and then two, and then three, then they get drunk. And some people drink only on the weekend, but some people drink on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. They drink every day. They drink so much, and they have a car accident, right? Or they have all their money is spent on alcohol, and therefore they cannot pay the electricity bill. So now their problem is interfering with your life. Okay? So even those of you who have a behavior problem, that your behavior is interfering with your life. And interfere in these areas, your work life. Remember the 5 factors? Yes. That's what it is. Your work life, your family life, social peer. Oh, you guys remember it, yes. Right? Yes. So as long as any problem interferes with this 5, that you cannot continue your life, then that's a problem. That's why you're here. Okay? And so the idea is of treatment, whether it's behavioral or alcohol or hashish or egg. That is why in the TC we don't talk about drugs. We talk about life. Okay? We talk about the ability to live correctly. We call it right living. Doing the right thing. Okay? On an everyday basis. And so the morning meeting, the job function, the seminars, all of the things that you are doing. You see, the reason, the opposite of right living is what? Wrong living. Wrong living. Right? And that wrong living interferes, that's the most important you have to remember is, it interferes with your life. Okay? In these 5 areas. And so, if you relapse, very quickly it will interfere again. Right? And then when it interferes again, then you become, and listen to the word, you become emotionally disabled. Right? Like I cannot walk. So I'm physically disabled. But you become emotionally disabled. You become spiritually disabled. You become psychologically disabled. Right? So in that context, your 5 factors are broken. And they need to be healed. That's why I think the name Shafa is amazing. Because it's the power of healing. Right? you heal it with compassion, with yoga, with exercise. Remember the structure, the philosophy, the norms, the rules, the roles. All of these things are designed for you to heal in that area. So I always say that the size of your recovery must be bigger than the size of your addiction. Okay? The size of your recovery must be bigger than the size of your addiction. And, okay, so I got so many things to say, but let's start with relapse prevention, okay? Okay, now.
Can I have something?
Sure.
जो लोग यहाँ अभी नहीं भी रिलैप्स हुए, वो यहाँ सोच रहे होंगे कि मुझे क्या करना है। ये तो उन लोगों के लिए है जिन्होंने नशा इलाज किया और फिर ब्रेकडाउन हुआ। दो रीजंस जो ये कह रहे थे। एक तो बिहेवियर का रीजन कि जब भी हमने नशा नहीं किया तब भी मेरा बिहेवियर एडिक्शन वाला ही था। नंबर 1। नंबर 2, रिलैप्स तुमने कई दफा छोड़ा है, खुद रात को कसम खाई है कि कल सुबह नहीं पीऊंगा। क्या हो जाता था सुबह पहले सबसे काम करते थे, वही ढूंढते थे, ओए सिराने के नीचे रखी है भैया, बाथरूम में बोतल रखी है कहीं, अच्छा सुबह ही
जहाँ फेंका था वहीं से ले गया,
वहीं से ढूंढते हैं। मैं गोवा में पहाड़ पे चढ़ा गांजा ढूंढने के लिए, मैंने रात को फेंक दी, सुबह जो मैंने कहा अब छोड़ूंगा, पहले और चढ़ गया पहाड़ पे उसको लाने के लिए। सो ये एक रीजन। दूसरा रीजन कि हम फिर भी रिलैप्स हो सकते हैं, उससे पहले ही उसके लिए तैयारी करिए। तो जो लोग ये यहाँ समझ रहे हैं कि यार मुझे क्या करना है, मेरा क्या रोल है, रोल बहुत जबरदस्त है कि ये सारा एक बिहेवियर है, ये सारा एक इमोशन है, ये सारा एक फीलिंग है, ये सारा एक एटीट्यूड है जो कल पढ़ा रहे थे आप। सो उसमें मत जाओ कि मैं जो बोतल खोलूंगा रिलैप्स हो जाऊंगा। ईमानदारी से एक बात कहूं, कई लोग यहाँ बैठ के रिलैप्स हो गए। कैसे? वो सोच रहे होते हैं वहां रखी हो भाई साहब, या चलो नशे के बारे में नहीं सोचते, जाते ही फाड़ दूंगा घर वालों को। सालो मेरे को वहां भेजा तुम लोगों ने, शफा होम में, बताता हूं पापा तेरे को भी भिजवा दूंगा। और कई लोग ये करते हैं, बेटा गया, ठीक हो गया, ठीक था, ठीक चल रहा है, लेकिन कसम खाई थी बाप को और करा दी।
Okay?
Yes.
So I call it the relapse train. It's like you want to go from Delhi to Tamil Nadu, right? It's a process. You cannot go from Delhi to Tamil Nadu just like that. You go on a train and you make many stops. So your final stop is Tamil Nadu, right? So the thing is that when you are on the journey of relapse, now this is a very important point, you have the ability to get off the train, right? That when you know you're about to relapse, and you are, that's why I say to be aware is to be alive. So even in Delhi you have also a metro, right?
Yes.
So give me two places you go from one place.
You go from Rithala to Dwarika.
Okay, so Dwarika is your last stop, right? But if you sleep in the train, right? You're not aware, you're falling asleep, and you're supposed to get off in the middle.
You reach the next station.
You miss the station. And then when you reach the end of the station, the conductor will go, hey, Bhaiya, wake up. Oh, shit, what happened? You know? You slept. So if you sleep in your recovery, you will relapse. That means you have to realize that something is not right with you. And you get off the train. Because if you stay in the train, the last stop is relapse. Okay? Everybody got it?
Yes, sir.
Let us say your father, you're facing a big exam, like what is the end of high school?
End of high school?
College.
Yeah, before college you have to take a big exam.
High school.
Twelfth exam. Board exam.
Board exam.
Board
So the
exam.
board-
So
board exam.
let us say you're going to your board exam, and your father buys you a computer, sends you for tuition. You know tuition, right?
Yeah.
Extra teacher, buys you give you a room, buys you a desk, buys you a chair, give you time to study, but you don't study. And then when the board exam comes, you fail. Are you surprised?
No, because
Why?
you're aware.
Why are you not surprised?
You are already
Prepared for that situation. Because we didn't learn.
because you never
Because you didn't
studied.
study.
You never studied.
Right? Now, there are some people, while they're in the program, they're not following the program. That's the point. They're not internalizing the philosophy. They're not really changing their lives. They're not serious. They are faking. Okay, my mother sent me here and I'll just do what everybody is doing. They're not thinking about the philosophy that says, until I confront myself, you know, in the eyes and the hearts of others, I am running. Until I suffer to share my secrets, I have no safety from them. Afraid to be known. All of those words, you must confront yourself. You must expose yourself. You must work like that girl. You know, in America we say, nothing changes, nothing changes. Just like the exercise, right? That's a process. You cannot have a big muscle tomorrow. You have to put some work in. In this context of treatment, you have to put your emotional work in, your behavioral work in, follow the structure, and be really involved in the process. And I've seen many, like for example in Daytop, right? I'm sure it doesn't happen here, but it happens in my community. Some of the residents, though we have girls and boys together, okay? They're having sex in the storeroom. Some guys are selling cigarettes. They're doing all kinds of the same behavior that they did outside. Okay, they're having gangs, because in America there are a lot of gangs. The Mexican gang, the black people, they're having all kinds of problems. And when they leave, they relapse. I'm not surprised, because they were never in treatment. So it says you have to be in recovery before you relapse. What happened to the, oh, it's back?
Yes, back.
Good. So, the train is a figure of speech, it's a metaphor.
Shafa